I'm on to my streaming the Forgotten City again, since I've upgraded my PC now. Hopefully, I won't run into that issue where it overloads my power supply, which means I can crank everything back up to max. Just setting some things up. Alright. Stream info good. Oh. Shoot. Is it now showing that I'm streaming the right thing? Showing that I was streaming and just chatting. Just making sure it's in the right place now. Just how do I check this on my phone? Just gonna refresh this, see if it's updated. Ah, it's updated there, so I think it's fine. Alright. Let's see. Time to get back into this. Where was I? It's been a little while since I last played this. In between upgrading parts. So, oh yeah. I was right here. Where's... Is there an FOV slider? Never noticed this until now. It's on... It might need a moment just to readjust since it's been a while. Is it being choppy? Uh-oh. Trying to get the stream overlay to show up, but it's not. Might be a confliction with the button. I'll have to just change this. A dope page down is being used. I'll set that as page up. Huh. It's just not showing up at all. Why is this continuing to go there? Alright, done. Huh. It's not showing up, so I'll just have to make him just try and remember to check, to alt tab out just to check every so often. Point of origin. There's apparently 4 endings to this, and I plan on going with... Oh! Ah, so now it shows up. Uh-oh. Huh. Okay, I think there's something with this game that doesn't allow game overlay. Because it showed up, but it also wouldn't allow me to do much in this. It was like its own little tab. Water under the bridge figured... Ah, look into their homes, eh?
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Indeed, Ulpius. Well, I found it. I found the person. Rufius. Is Rufius the one who suffered from... What was it called? The thing with his knees or something? His joints? That required willow bark to be cured? Oh yeah, he is. Alright.
Ah, you again. No idea what you... Look, I haven't been at my best lately. I know that. It's the rheumatism.
Rheumatism.
It starts with constant pain in all your joints. Then the pain starts to mess with your head. Makes you angry, mean. I know that's not an excuse for how I acted. But it's the truth. But with the willow bark, I'm already starting to feel like myself again. I'll leave him alone from now on. It's not as if I was ever going to hurt him anyway. I was just lashing out. I'm going to go and clean up the graffiti. Just forget this ever happened. Will you?
Alright, there's that settled with.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia's life.
I haven't talked to him yet? Huh.
What demon or spirit told you about that? You went snooping in his place? That was risky. We're lucky you didn't cross any lines. Have you... Really? How did you manage that? Ah, poor fellow. I've heard that can really mess with a person's head. Well done for figuring that out.
Oh, Lion Tamer. Is that a reference to one of the Roman emperors who liked to toss Christians into an arena with lions? Early Christians?
Really? That's promising. I'll keep an eye out for him.
I wonder if I could get him to vote.
Well, Cynthia seems to know what he's doing. Nobody's broken the golden rule under his watch so far. My vote is...
Huh.
Nice to...
Is there motion blur? I feel like there is. Ah, we'll turn it down to 10%. Okay. Alright, other tasks. So I still... That's... Is that... That's the last plaque I need, the Greek one. Huh.
Ave again. See you.
Alright, Gorgias, or Georgius.
Greetings and salutations. Hello again, my sartorial.
Wait, I haven't even been under...
I hope that...
Is there any point to going back underground and talking to Kabash?
Salve.
I'm actually curious, is there any extra dialogue, since I've already been down there, got the plaque from him? Sorry about that. I was just getting an update for something I just reminded it to tell me later. Alright. Any new...
Come and join me by the fire.
Any new dialogue?
Welcome. I was indeed, but we've never met before, have we? I'm sure I would have remembered. Blessed Lissa, am I losing my memory? Oh, that's a relief. For a moment, I thought it was I who was touched by it.
Is he assuming that I'm touched by madness now?
I enjoyed it.
Alright. Here's the Egyptian portion of this place. Woo. Get up! Get up! Oh, come on. That should have been... Oh, yeah. Before I forget, there was something I wanted to take a look at, in case if it was here. I noticed that when I was down in the Sumerian portion of the Underworld, there was another hole like the one that you enter in the Roman part. I wonder if there's one for... Is there a Roman? I mean, is there one for the Egyptian? I've already been through here, so I'll just breeze by it. Don't think I need to shoot him. I think that one might see me if I try and go for it. That one too.
Stop. Do not come. I am. And
Huh?
I was here. Now. Indeed, I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while searching for a place to hide from the hungry children of Amit, and there it was. You may, in fact, be. I will tell you. Indeed, see what as when they even as if.
Is there an...
I am glad to hear it. It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize. It would imply the gods, and that's my I said. You will. You are too late.
Okay, so there's no new dialogue. Unless if the...
It could now.
Okay, there's no new dialogue.
Wait. You.
There's no new dialogue, so I won't even bother with that. Because if I do go down there, there's no way to stop him. Ooh! Can I get back up here? Come on. Okay, I'll just walk. Give me a chance to take a better look around. Woo! Woo! Alright, so there was no real point in coming down here. Oh wait, right here. Have I explored over here? Oh, this just leads me back. What's over here? Whoa, my frame rate is... Whew! My frame rate dropped while looking at that.
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable.
Oh, go. Okay. Back through here. This game is so much longer than I was expecting, and I love it. Alright, I've been trying... water and... Is there any markers? I'm not sure what to actually do from here. Because the only way to get Dooley free is to have Galeria selected. And...
Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Nobody's told you about Hannibal? Ugh, why do I have to do everything round here? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him.
Ooh, a
Who trusts
Carthaginian,
right? Anyway, a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground. And hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie. I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed. And it was eating Hannibal.
Huh.
What any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the others. Well, it's your funeral.
Can I access it? Oh, so I thought this was the part that was locked off by Dooley. Huh. Where's my golden bow? Get off me! Ah. It's such a gruesome thing, man. Ah. Alright. Something's down there. I think there's something in the... Wait, is this... I think this is the Greek section of the city. Might be. I'm not sure. Could just be the cisterns. I'm an idiot like that. Something's in the water. Lunar... What's... Lunar pendant. There's a Latin inscription on the back saying, Zendia Death. Huh. What does that mean? Seriously? It's not gonna give archaeologist insight's not gonna tell me? I'm just gonna translate it. Sendia Death. So there's a dot in between, got it. Huh. It's telling me the translation from this to English is, quote, or the diameter death. Weird. Ooh, arrows. What? Oh. Before I do that. Ah, this must have been a well. The Roman part. Arrows. Emancipation. Appears to have been crushed to death while entering the cistern from the cave above. Poor. Jeez. Alright, there's nothing here. So I'll move further into the cistern. God, this mechanic is so cool. Ooh, a chip. 765 denarii. There nothing else? What am I missing? There has to be something. This can't be all of the cisterns. Did I miss something back here? Huh. Roman woman in the middle of disrobing as if she was visiting the bath. Yeah, what the hell? Oh! I understand now. Of course. There's vines here. Oh, so... Whew. This is the upper... no. No way. Is this Sentius's daughter?
You. Who are you? Did he send you? Juno, you're here.
Juno, that's
You have to
Roman.
help me escape before that monster comes back. I'm Scintilla.
Yes,
I found a way
Scintilla.
out through the gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever, or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him and take his key.
Oh,
Sentius, my adoptive father.
oh.
Furies help me. I'll castrate and crucify him. I don't know. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either. Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key. I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out. And we can escape together. There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What do you say? There's no time. Wait.
I can't. I don't. I can't.
What? No. You can't just leave me here. How can you be so heartless? It's no use. You'll never persuade him of anything. I'm telling you, he's a monster. Please. You're making a mistake.
Oh, jeez. So that's the way out. But... Huh? Am I supposed to go out the way that I came in from, or... Guess I am. Oh no, oh no! Oh, come on! Oh, my computer is pretty hot. Alright. This time, I'll go from this end. There we go. Why is this one back up? I kicked it. I kicked it already.
So you survived the cistern. Probably just a stroke of Fortuna. Don't get cocky. What now? Whatever.
Citizen, we're finally alone. I assume you already know. We have? Is that a...
seems... Me? What are you talking about? You know, you remind me of him.
Him?
Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before.
He know? He knows about Al? He was the one who went in before me. What?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I mean, you've lived through the day, what, 4 times? Extremely impressive.
Jesus
and
Christ!
Everything you've done has been in vain, because there's no escape. Except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Best to take your own life now.
Oh.
So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity. Don't you see? I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself? And why would I agree to that? Oh, you and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions or what happens, where you're from. Least of all, me. Understand that, to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot, and you're no longer useful. I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever, until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life for me.
Oh.
What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored.
Oh my god. Alright, with that done, I feel like I can talk about one thing. In the mod, I knew this since I played the mod that the game was based off of. For Skyrim. And in the mod, basically, there's a version of him, the ruler of the city, and he's the one continuing the loop. But since I've done this, I believe I can say it without spoilers now. In the mod, He's kidnapped someone and was doing it, and was using her for some very bad things, and he was avoiding the law being triggered. I like how they added the fact that he did kidnap her, but is rather just keeping her locked up so she can't escape or do anything. Alright, Equitia. Where's Equitia? I need to talk with Equitia and Galerius. Why is what is with this music? Why do I Rulia, any new...
Oh, you're here. And, I hope there's a light in...
Huh?
Why? Just because I'm... I take back what I... Let's just forget that ever happened. Oh.
Ixion turns. Just as the oak, but it does not. Say it. Then... I had to tell I must have... He gives such an... The slug... As the... There... Other... I hope And now we
Where's Equitia? Galerius? There's two people that I should talk to about...
Don't believe a word they tell you.
This. It's Equitia and Galerius. But where are they? Yes, I understand the priestess, but I can't find her. Bathhouse, maybe? What? Why is this music still going? I want to get the ending where I don't have, where I go to there, but I can't. Or at least I'm assuming. Where the hell is she? Up there, perhaps?
I hope you're coping.
I'll check up there. Ship. No.
I hope you're taking care of yourself.
Octavia. Where the hell is... That's obvious. that? Oh, I missed that. Is that Galerius walking there?
Don't believe a
No,
word
it's
they tell you.
Ulpius. Where the hell is Galerius and Equitia? Try back at the tavern. Ah. Oh my god. Perhaps they're up with... Perhaps one of them is up with, what's his name? Dudu, or... Dooley. Dooley, yes, Dooley. Here's the form. I understand. I think Dooley is back here. Is he not? Bloody hell! Can't find them. Oh. Well. Found her.
Ave again. It must be. It'll be between Sentius, the income. Why do you?
Huh.
Sir.
Before I could trigger the election right now.
Hello. Do you like it? It's... But... if I gave it to you, then I wouldn't have it anymore.
He has the plaque, so the only way I can get the plaque is by releasing him.
Well... if you get me out of here, then I wouldn't need...
Alright.
Like... Hilarious. Yeah, Galerius will let me out. Then you can... Bye-bye.
Alright. Do I
just love springtime?
There he is! There!
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked. How is it possible? You're a bit like... Sisyphus. Sisyphus, he was forcing him to stop. Actually, Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit. Oh. Anyway, I don't know which. So, oh, and. Oh, now I'm going to keep your secret. Although, oh, and if our conversations I saw you slide down that rope, and... oh, of course. Anyway, I'm... What? How did you know? Oh...
Ah, so I don't need to try and get that flower.
Venus, that is the best. I wish there was something... all I can do... Thank you, friend. In the rock tunnel, near the... unfortunately, one of those golden hunt... if you can figure out how to get...
Okay, so I need to am I now able to convince people to vote?
No.
Huh.
Salve.
Ah.
Well,
Okay, I don't think there's a way to change them myself. So I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna have the election start now. Hopefully I've done enough tasks, which should allow me...
Survey again. Did you... It'll be... Why do you... As I said, I'm planning to hold it before... Yes. I have overheard some rather unpleasant... Very well.
Alright. Here we go. Election time. So they all get... Ah! They're gathering. Just checking. Alright. Oh. It's faster. Ooh. Ow. Why is Gorgias still saying the line? Georgius? Ah. Someone late? Horatio. Oh, I think I should have talked to him before. Can I? No.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate.
Domitus isn't even here. Nor is Malleolus.
Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helver. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Guessing him and him will vote for.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
Sentius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. But it seems we have a draw. In the absence of a clear consensus, Sentius shall continue as acting magistrate until a new election is held.
So I need Decius on my side.
My fellow citizens, today you have sent me a message, and I want you to know I have heard it loud and clear.
Oh!
I vow to spend the next month winning back your trust. Thank you for this opportunity, and may the gods watch over you.
You and your rival, whatever your name is, you're responsible for this, aren't you? Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Shut up and let the magistrate speak.
Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Just stay out of our way, and we won't have a problem.
Wait, I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me.
Okay. Alright, so this save. So I need, no wonder they weren't there. They were waiting for that to happen. Alright. So I'm right here. I need to talk to Horatius, and this dude.
Salve. Hello there, friend. Well, I'll take your word for it. Oh well, let me know if you change your...
Alright.
Sentius, I suppose. Yeah? And what's he gonna do for me? He's nothing. Certainly, for a... Nothing illegal about it. Pleasure doing business. Very well.
Didn't trigger the golden rule. Now, beforehand, I wanted to find Horatius.
Be careful who you trust.
Where is he?
Citizen.
Ah, Horatius.
What now? Not that it's any of your business. He's one of the better. Treat you're inferior. Can't ask for much more.
Okay, so I can't get him to change his vote no matter what. But now that I have Decius on my side,
Couldn't stay.
Leave me.
okay. Wait. I think I need to do one thing now that since they might still prevent the thing from the election by showing up. I know that she's willing.
I'm not so. Talk. My.
Okay, there's
This is
nothing.
outrageous.
Alright. I'm gonna get the election going. And if all goes well, Dooley will be free, I'll get the 4th plaque, and then I'll be able to get into the temple on up top.
Arvid.
Wait, what? Huh?
Arvid.
What do you mean it already happened? But he looted. Uh-oh. I might have broke the game. Huh. I think I broke the game. Wonderful. Alright. Great. So in this case, I need to get enough gold for. I need 3,000 denaries. I'll get it prepared for another run. I'll have to go through a 5th time. Since I broke the election. Alright. How do I... Am I able to climb up here? I'm about to get some broken ankles. Nope. Oh. Oops. Ooh. Alright, so
Be careful who you trust.
I'll have to trigger the golden rule. to loop back around. But, something I didn't think about earlier. I was thinking like, oh, what if he doesn't trigger the ritual, sending me back in time, but then resulting in one of the endings. But then I've remembered that he wants to be immortal. Oh. Come on. Hop up. Alright. Ooh, chest. Oh. Pardon that. Oh, alright. I'm missing 300 denaries.
Don't you just love springtime?
He told me about it. I know there's more. But how? Huh. This is the chest he told me about, but how do I get by? No. I can't seem to be able to kick him. Okay, there's certainly chests back here, I know that much. Okay, so I'm down here now. How much more? A few hundred. Okay. I'll grab another chest just to be sure. From Vivia. Ow. Oh, I don't think I did this before. This isn't Golden Boat. Huh? Is that all that's up here? Wait a moment. Oh. Wait. Oh! Wait. Where am I? Oh, I'm back here. I already have the Roman plaque. It's already in, huh? I thought that was about to get me into the room where that statue was blocking. How much? Alright, I can't seem to find another chest, so I'll just trigger the rule and then get through. Wait, isn't there a chest in here, or did I already loot it? There's not even a chest. Alright. I know who I'm gonna turn to gold. Been going for an hour. I'll probably go for another half hour. No, I'll go as long as it takes to get through the election and get the last.
I love your clothes. So exotic.
Wait, what? Okay.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Wait, can I turn these ones to gold? Is this the right boat? Okay, I don't want to die. Come on, Sentius, get up here quickly! Oh! Well. Fifth loop it is.
salva.
Oh! That is neat.
Oh.
Julia's dying.
Poor Virgil. Poor. All right, let me. What? I'll go.
All right. Oh. I went too fast. All right, so with that, there's one person I need to convince.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
I then need to get Galerius to start running.
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside. Hello there, friend. Well, Malleolus.
Oh wait. Oh. Whew. Alright, I just need to wait for Galerius to do all of the things. It's gonna just...
Give it here. I'm just going to help her swallow this. I think she's going to be alright. Amazing. How did you know?
I was just doing what the new lady told me.
I don't understand. How did... Never mind. Thank you so much.
Okay, places to be.
Wow. That shrine tumbling actually scared me. Oh, wait, get through this. Come on, I want to see what dialogue that is.
I just wanted to give you this willow bark to help you treat it.
A treatment? Really? Thank God. Finally, some relief after all this time. Thank you, Galerius.
Oh, I gotta get up
You're
there.
A good man. And I'll be sure to be
Wait, wait, didn't I tell him to get them to release?
Appreciate that. Now, I've got to run.
The two debt bondage people?
What now?
I have a message from Malleolus.
Yeah? Who's it from?
The Emperor. He knows Malleolus's real name is Quinctius, thanks to Claudia, and demands he withdraw from the election and release Ulpius and Iulia immediately.
Are you out of your mind, farm boy?
Domitius, that's enough.
What? You're not going to listen to this dolt, are you?
Galerius, all right, I'll withdraw, and Ulpius and Julia are free. I trust our business is concluded?
Yes, that ought to do it. I guess I'll go and tell Ulpius the good news then.
Ulpius who's about to jump off. Oh. Oh, man. But I still wonder how the hell you're supposed to get up there. Like,
Good news, Ulpius. Malleolus has agreed to release you and Iulia from your debts.
What? Are you messing with me?
I wouldn't do that. You're both free.
We're free. We're free. Thank you. It seems fortune smiles on us after all. I'd better go and pay a visit to Yulia immediately.
I swear to God. I just don't understand, like... Where did Galerius go? Huh? Where did he...
Citizen.
Ah, there's Galerius. Huh?
We're free. Malleolus just released.
Why is he
us
still
and
busy?
never
He's
had to
completed all the tasks I gave him.
What? How? Galerius arranged it somehow.
Really? That's incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up, get your strength back, and we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
What? Come on! Oh, I think Ulia's gonna talk with him.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Huh. I'm just not even going to talk with, Sentius. Now where's Equitia? Oh, she's down there.
Thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. Citizens, I have an announcement. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default.
Actually, I'd like to nominate myself, if that's all right.
Of course, Galerius. That's your right. Citizens, the election will proceed.
What? Oh.
Salve again, friend. How is it possible? Oh,
I'll just do that. Talk to him.
Oh, and now.
Okay, I'll buy his vote.
Well. Oh well. Sent you. Yeah? Certainly. Pleasure doing bit.
Alright. Now I know that Alright. I'm gonna save, anything else that I should do?
Greetings and salutations. My...
I know these two are gonna vote. Fuck hilarious. I'll speak to Rufius. No, he's gonna auto. I think they're all gonna auto vote, so might as well just hold it now if I can find Equitia. First, I'll check if if this assassin has any more denarius. Nope. What the? Oh, he does. 1 denarii. Oh, 1 denarii. 1 coin for the ferryman. Where the hell is Equitia? Rufus.
Citizen.
There she is.
Isn't the great temple a new face? It'll be between. Why do you... As I said, I'm planning. Yeah, very.
Alright.
Citizens, it is time.
Salve.
Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Time to go to the theater.
I wonder if you were chose a male character, would you get a choice to vote in this election? Alright. Now I just gotta wait for everyone to gather. Alright.
Body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helva. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this.
If I mess up, if this messes up and it doesn't trigger, then I'll go for the ending where we all escape.
Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Galerius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helva.
What?
It has been decided.
Wait, did its name change to... Oh my...
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you've put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
And no Domitus.
Ave again. See you again.
Ah.
Glad Galerius won. He deserved
It gladdens my heart that Galerius set poor Dooley free. I will cherish this moment.
Fortune smiles on you today, Julius. Magistrate Galerius here has ordered your release.
You're going to let me out of here?
I'm sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius.
Oh wait, wasn't Hannibal the friend of Dooley?
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Hello? I'm Dooley. Magistrate Galerius said I should thank the newcomer. Are you the newcomer?
I don't think it's right to...
You. Then, thank you.
Don't think it's
You're
right
a
messing
big
with
helper.
him.
I was locked up, but they let me out again. I'm
Telling
so
him
happy.
we've already talked.
You can have my shiny plaque if you want, and maybe you can help me find my treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, and he said he always would. But then he died. But before that, he told me if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious.
Huh?
He gave me a key to the cisterns and told me, please help me find it. Oh, thank...
So there's the key.
Hope you find it. Oh, look. Maybe it is treasure. I can see it for myself. So pretty. And it's just lying out here in the open.
Huh?
Nobody wants it anymore. Maybe no one will mind if I just
No!
take it. Don't
No!
you dare.
The many shall suffer for the sins
Wait.
of the one.
Oh! Oh my god, no!
Attila, my love. I'm sorry.
Oh, so I can't release it. So oh my god. Ooh! Okay. Hurry up, Sentius! Whew. 6th loop down. And now I have all the plaques I need.
Salve, friend. Oh. Oh.
Okay, beforehand, there's a couple things I need more gold. Oh, ow. Actually, I can just... I might block off dialogue if I did tell him about get robbed, whatever that guy's name is, who got me the bow in the first place, who I had to bribe for his vote. If I told him, if I robbed him of the money he had by telling him about the bow he already knows, I feel like that might lock it off of him voting for Galerius. Gold. Does this one have a bow? No. Wait, they get... Oh, oh, so when the law gets triggered, I think I can get my way in there, but... I'm just gonna head up.
I'm just going to help her swallow this. I think she's going to be...
Before I do that, I'm going for a bathroom break. I'll be back in about a minute or so. Gotta fix my headphone cord for a second. Alright, I had an idea. What I'm gonna get the money from Decius. Yes,
Hello there,
Decius.
friend. Well, now you're talking. All right. Wait. I suppose you're... Here's your... Now. What? I can't take... You promised to tell me... What is this? Don't even...
Okay,
Thank God. Finally, some relief after all this time.
Alright, I have 5,000 denaries now.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Alright. I'm gonna leave a nice old save. The Greek plaque. Woo! Well, uh-oh. I think it's best if I start with the... Then Osiris. Next is Hades. Lord of many, grant me an audience. Pluto, father of riches. Oh. What? Hate it. Oh! Oh my god, I'm an idiot. To access here, this is Roman. Greek. Wait, this next one is going to be Osiris. Ta-da! And now this one is Nurgle. Huh? Wait, what? What? Excuse me, what the fuck? What's that on the left and what's... Don't tell me it's aliens.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You are unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will. It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists
A
because
wager?
of a wager I made long ago. That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day. You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance. This time in our My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory.
Don't tell me she's...
Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting. There were also gods who, like me, have been known by many names, but perhaps you knew them by their Roman names. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Persephone.
But what about the others? Like, he's only mentioning the 4 main cultures: Sumerian, Egyptian, Greek, and Roman. What about Gallic, Punic? Like, what about them?
As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten. To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins.
And so that
spreading
1
to
dinar
Egypt
you
like
start
seeds
with.
on the wind.
Oh.
Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's Obol, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for, only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Persephone's along with it. It is a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a
Gilgamesh
and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and his words were twisted and distorted over generations. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place, in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning, and in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth.
And so that explains why it stopped with Romans. I was one of the last ones with... Wait, is me and Alworth the only ones left with coins?
Of course. My story is many thousands of years long. It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey. My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords: desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be addictive. No. Long ago, I swore to Persephone that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among your kind. I must honor that. This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names.
Oh, so Galatea isn't her.
Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpina to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal.
Wait! Oh, she is!
Your gaze lingers too long.
She is Galatea, I think.
That is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces and goes by many names. Kumutubal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions.
I'm supposed to talk with them more? It's the ferry.
That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing. That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife. Prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, two were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold. And when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat, where she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of the city, inanimate but conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, as silent golden sentinels. I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warning about my law. And when you disobey, and you always disobey, You force my hand, bringing terrible suffering upon yourselves. And so you ask if I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no, you destroy yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it. When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. A consolation prize of sorts. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin, who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a duplicate of her bow, and tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply as Furies. I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not? Enough.
Huh.
I'm able to commune with all the statues in the city. Their ears are my ears, and their eyes are my eyes.
Uh-oh.
If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not. Then what an
Hold on, I haven't okay, nope. Alright. I've seen some...
Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations, or are you going to give me an example? Abduction? You mean the magistrate imprisoning his daughter in the cistern, I take it. He did so because she sought to escape, a sin I take particularly seriously. Better that he stops her from escaping, albeit brutishly, than I have to wipe out this entire city to punish her. Wouldn't you agree? Supposing you're right, and my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want?
I want to see what other dialogue he has.
Now tell me, what others... The midwife and the palace, yes. How is that inconsistent with the rule? The rule is do unto others, meaning other people. Those statues are something else now. Bloodless shadows, mere shapes of their former selves. They are forsaken. What happens to them is no concern of mine. Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. A literal interpretation helps to minimize the ambiguities of your primitive language. Supposing you're right, and my law has been broken.
Okay, so every time I think it triggers this, I'm
Now
gonna
tell
see
me.
what he says about the...
The merchant. How is that inconsistent with the rule I've outlined? I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others, and he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway. Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want if they found themselves in another situation. Now
Fair
tell
enough.
me. You speak of the moneylender. And he would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he did was enforce the terms of a contract signed voluntarily by others.
This is fascinating, because he actually is making good points. And like the hermit philosopher, you can argue on both sides.
Ignoring your irritating sense of moral superiority, this is interesting. I'm curious, how do people escape poverty where you're from? I see. And how long might it take such a person to repay their debt? I fail to see how your system of loans is significantly different to a debt bondsman signing over his labor for 30 years.
I mean, in a way, it's not too different, but it's also similar.
Now tell me, what others... I've seen no such thing, but in taking one's own life is as self-directed.
He has not seen
It is not one that
this.
is done to others, however they may be affected by it. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits suicide has done anything unto others.
Alright, fair enough.
Do you honestly think you could do better?
Ooh, boy.
I should strike you down for that.
Oh. Okay.
Now, did you have any... Good. Only, it seems... something is wrong. It has long been within my power to see to the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life. But when I peer into you, I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city.
Huh?
How is this possible? Caron, where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you. How did you come here? If that is true, then I sense the intervention of someone powerful.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal? Who brought you here?
He cannot know.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago, and Proserpine has slumbered for 3,000 years. Tread lightly, mortal. Enough of this. It seems I will need to put your reckoning on hold for now. But answer this. Why have you come here? What is it you seek? Your hubris is amusing, so I will allow you to make your case. But I warn you, if you anger me or waste my time with lies or wrong-headed arguments, you face death here. So, tell me, why should I put an end to the so-called Golden Rule? so, and be specific. You have made a grave allegation, and I expect you to back it up. True. I have witnessed him doing that. He is a volatile and confused fellow, that one. His cruelty does seem
And
to grow
Malleolus
greater
doesn't
by the
believe in the law at all.
Pathetic. You will need
What?
to do a lot better. That is a very serious accusation, mortal. What sin have I committed? What evidence do you have to support it? Every one of those people was guilty of failing to ensure their peers lived virtuously. They failed collectively, and so they were punished collectively.
Collective punishment.
The Romans understand this, as did the Greeks before them. How unfortunate that we are not where you are from. Ah, but I am a god, and you are a mortal. Why would you expect me to treat you as I treat my own kind? You are not a peer. You are not a respected equal. Let me ask you this. Do you treat insects as you wish to be treated? Do you care for their well-being as you would your fellow man? Do you ensure they have food and shelter and protection from predators? Do you give them rights?
I'm not gonna lie.
Of
because
course
he
not.
knows that
Because
I'd
that would be
lying.
absurd. Just as it would be absurd for me to treat your kind as equals.
Ooh. I'm gonna do this. No, actually, it's obvious. It's obvious.
My love for her does not mean I am not superior, now that she is mortal.
Arrogant. Ooh.
Where to begin? Our lifespans exceed yours by thousands of years, in which time we accumulate vast wisdom and a mastery of technology you cannot begin to imagine. It would be most unwise to get ideas about attacking me. Because that is the source of our power over you. You could say that.
Ooh!
My kin have no superiors.
There's a hierarchy.
That is true. Go on. Make your point, mortal.
How can you expect humans to follow the rule if you wouldn't follow it?
Let me ponder that for a moment. If you are right, then it would follow that all this time I have been in the wrong. But no, the very thought of it grieves me. How can I accept your argument when doing so would make me a tyrant and a monster?
You're not a monster. You're a human, and he's not human, but makes mistakes like one.
Wait, what? What are you saying?
Humans make mistakes. It's in our
You have
nature.
spoken eloquently, and yet, if what you say is true, it follows that my wager was fatally flawed from the beginning. But that would mean Jupiter, Proserpina's father, who knew more about you than anyone, proposed a wager I could never win. Why would he do that?
Oh my...
Perhaps. But if that was so, surely I would have sensed his deception. How could I have been so blind for so long?
Ooh, these two are both good points.
Your words sting me, mortal. But perhaps it is what I deserve. As difficult as this is to admit, I have suspected as much for a long time now. And I cannot deny it any longer. I've been so fixated on taking my beloved to Elysium that every time one of you sinned, it wore away my hope of being with her again. In time, I began to despise your kind for making her believe that you could ever be better than you are. But my rage was not born of malice, quite the opposite. Everything I have done, I did because I loved her. Who knew this empathy of yours, which you celebrate so much, could have such a dark underside? This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this, if I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend. Because doing so would violate the rules of my sacred agreement with Jupiter, and you would receive a hostile reception. The best I can do is return you to the land of the living. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest. Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time. Now, are you ready? Farewell, mortal.
Is... Alworth! Oh my god.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Oh my...
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Know who you are? I barely remember how I got here myself. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years. Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet. Apparently there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them. Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, like saving the life of a dying woman, preventing the suicide of a man in debt bondage, freeing a falsely accused prisoner, foiling an assassination attempt, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience, and the doors just opened up to her. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook, and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him, and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues?
Wait, yeah, what happened to all the golden
did this
statues?
mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
Did they get freed of this?
What? Oh, I see. For a moment there, I thought you were serious. Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
Am I out? Oh! I'm here now!
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else is ever... You go on ahead.
Is Charon still here? Yep.
You're back! But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
Wait, is this not the same Charon?
Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
Ah, I see. I thought you might.
Oh, God.
Now you know. I suppose you have
It
questions.
is.
You can just call me Charon, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned
5,000
from
years?
5,000 years of experience
Didn't
that most people find comfort in familiarity, in
the
gradual
God of the
change,
Underworld say it was
and
he's been
coming
there
to
for
see the truth
3,000?
in their own time.
Could this be? No.
That you died, of course. You were dead when I brought you here. My role, as the servant of the God
Okay,
of the
no.
Underworld, has always been to assist the chosen
Just a
to
servant.
cross the
Okay.
threshold from the land of the living to the land of the dead. Usually, when people do not remember how they died, it is because they suffered a terrible trauma. Most souls would rather not remember. Ask yourself honestly, do you really want to know? As you wish. You were murdered.
Murdered?
You were exploring an old tomb when you discovered a cache of forgotten relics, including 2 silver coins of ancient origin. Unfortunately, as you emerged into daylight, you were set upon by 2 thieves. A nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out and leapt to your aid, trying to help you recover your bounty. You both fought bravely, but your assailants were armed, and you
So
were
that
not.
was Alworth?
There was nothing you or your ally could have done.
Was the ally Alworth?
He died instantly at the scene, and you followed a few hours later. That man's name was Al Worth. You were each in possession of a sacred coin, called Charon's Opal by some, and so it was my duty to bring you here. It means I am now bereft of purpose. There is nobody else to ferry here, nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years, the Underworld has finally run its course. Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans burying their dead with a coin in their mouths to pay the ferrymen for passage across the river. Well, those stories contained a seed of truth, but not any coin would do. A long time ago, my master created 1,000 silver coins and had me distribute them across the world. My orders were simple. Whenever a person died in possession of a coin, I was to locate them and ferry them here.
Ah.
It means I am now bereft of purpose. There is nobody else to ferry. I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a god and undid an ancient curse.
Sounds like quite a story. And I look forward to hearing all about it. But you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Is that it? 1 year... Private member leave. The four... Oh. Is that Alworth?
Hey, you made it. It's
Wait,
great to
why
see
does
you
he
again.
look like
I read your book,
Galerius?
and what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the Underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you, I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
This is Roman. Ah, that's Greek? Is that Greek? Yeah, you can see the hoplons on the shields are hoplons. Egyptian. We got the Ankh. And Sumerian, which I don't know much about. An ancient Roman statue of an unknown man.
You're finally here. Remember me?
What?
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world
Oh
instead
my
of ours.
god!
Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the Underworld and giving us a second chance at life. I know! I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're gonna be around, we'd love to see you there. Oh, I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Of course, there's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you.
Oh
so you
my
better keep
god!
moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
Oh, hello.
Dooley!
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. Galerius told me all about you. So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work. I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable. Galerius and I are engaged and expecting.
Ooh.
We've just bought a lovely villa in the countryside with room for a large family.
Oh
And
my
Dooley too,
god.
of course. It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined. We're just so thankful for what you did for us. For all of us.
What about... I wonder what happened to
Sweet of you
Charon.
to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself. See you at the wedding, I hope.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Speed bag.
Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like it.
Oh, I never found...
live at
Oh,
Galerius and
no.
Equitia's house. They look after me now and help me remember when I forget things, like brushing my teeth. Treasure? Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box now. Galerius got me a box that tells stories. It's my favourite thing.
Wait, is Kabash here?
Bye-bye.
Oh my god. Are these some of the artifacts that were
There
down
she
there?
is.
Horatius. Of course he's in him. Of course
Hi
he
there,
joined the
I'm Horatius.
military.
I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life, and reuniting Centilla with us as well. So, thank you. I'm living up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an
Modena. So
officer one
this
day.
is
The
still in
world's
Italy.
changed a lot, but some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time? Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca. Still, I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
Ooh, that's a good quote. I'm just gonna screenshot that so that I can remember that. The ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
Ah, you remembered that. Thank you. I grieved for a time, but that's done. In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions, but something given for now, not forever.
Ooh, that's...
Thanks. Oh, and I don't know if you've heard, but a few of us are going for drinks later. It'd be nice to chat with you some more. Great. He's not my... I see what you did there. Good one. He had more trouble adapting than most.
Aww.
He got himself disqualified from the UFC. So
Ooh,
he
the
started some
UFC.
kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out, and his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Perhaps. See you at drinks later, I hope.
Hey,
Cynthia.
I take it you're the Oracle. Thanks for coming. Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened. I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple.
What?
She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time.
Oh.
But he's been dealt with. He's... you know what? The important thing is, we'll never see him again. Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me. 'Cause it's just awful out there. There are bears everywhere.
Alexa! Oh, man.
He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the Underworld. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time. Eternal torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
It is excessive, but he's definitely lived much longer than he deserved, to be fair, since he did do the time loop.
Then I suppose he got his wish.
Oh my god, it's just like the Greek punishments where you get tormented for eternity by the wish that you wanted.
You too.
He's stuck. He wanted to live forever. Now he's stuck like that. Ulia.
You're the Oracle, right?
Oh,
of course. Sorry. And I never got a chance to thank you for telling Galerius how to save my life. And of course, getting me and all of us out of a terrible situation. Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my wonderful girlfriend. And I'm studying English at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire ever was. Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed? And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable. Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited. There's so much to see and learn and write about.
oh man.
I have noticed people from your time have no idea how fortunate they are. I hope to change that. One day. Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last ruler of the Roman Empire, and wound up being committed to a psychiatric hospital. As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the Underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word? Schadenfreude?
Schadenfreude.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Really?
Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, and how she was going to be living the high life from now on. Even in your time, life still isn't fair. Apparently, he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called... what was it?
Don't say Dubai.
Nigeria?
Nope.
Some people have all the luck.
Nigerian prince! It's a scam!
Really? Huh. I feel better already. Thank you.
Oh my god, that's... oh,
You too. If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there. I hope
oh,
so.
that's a very... bless whoever the hell decided to write that into this. Whoever of the team did that.
You are here. It's nice to
God,
finally
that's
meet you.
amazing.
Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile.
Fine.
If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone.
12?
Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So... I'm studying to get into medical school. As much as I resented the responsibility of
Whatever
keeping
happened to,
everyone in the city alive,
to
when it
the
ended,
woman,
I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world,
the one who was
begrudgingly,
experimenting on the
one
statues.
patient at a time. You too. Don't be a stranger.
Oh my god. Gorgias! Or Georgius.
Greetings. You must be the legendary oracle.
I like
It
his
is a
outfit.
sincere privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am Georgius. I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that I am most grateful. I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it. This is at once
What city state was he
heartbreaking
from,
and
I wonder?
thrilling. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in
Santorini.
in a villa overlooking the Azure Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the Underworld and won. You too.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Fabia. Oh yeah, she.
You're
oh yeah.
the one
She was
we've
the
been
one who
waiting for.
usually died in the
I'm
shrine.
Fabia. I wanted to say thanks for sending Galerius to save my life. I don't know how you knew.
I wonder what happened to that assassin.
By that shrine for sure. I'm just so happy to be here.
Wouldn't he have been amongst them?
Together again.
Wait, no, he would have been
Even if it's just
dead.
for one more night.
He would have died in the shrine crushing, and since it didn't loop back one more time.
Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so I just do what makes me happy. Mostly that means baking for my friends and looking at memes while binging TV shows in yoga pants. What a time to be alive. Thank you. You.
Oh my god. The Hermit Philosopher!
I take it you're the oracle everybody's talking about. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. We have. I'm sorry, I don't.
Philip!
In any case, I'm Philip. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems I have your catabasis to thank for it.
Catabasis? Huh.
I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge. Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again. My sincere thanks once again.
What is bathtub? Huh. What is
Magnificent museum, is it not?
museum? Oh my.
What? Some soiree, innit?
You bastard.
Oh, hello at last. You must be the oracle.
Oh
I've
wait,
heard so
didn't
much
I?
about.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
already
Dacius.
robbed him of his money.
Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you.
Entirely unintended.
Such a acerbic wit. I love it. I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market. That's where the real money is now. In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice, you being the oracle and future seer and all that, on which stocks I should invest in next. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend? Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Dacius.
Oh, the only option.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm gonna... Of course, don't let me keep you.
Good evening.
Octavia. Oh, her, yeah.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the likes of us. But thank you for coming
what it would
and
be like
for
going
saving our
from
lives.
the very
What
early
you did was
Christianity to
extraordinary, and
what
I'll never forget it.
the Christianities of our day.
I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber. Not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor. After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take his own life, I was inspired. I just want to spend the rest of my life helping people, like you helped him. Thank you. That means a lot. And you.
Greetings.
Olivia. Here I was saying I was gonna upload a 30-minute videos, and here I am going on to 2 hours and a half. 30-minute videos of this series.
Thank you for your kind words and
I'll probably chop
for
it up into
liberating
2.
us all. In all the time I was in the Underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like Elysium.
Well, technically, that's not the real Elysium.
I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while. At least until I'm well enough to be independent again. You remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but that's all right. I have 2,000 years worth of poetry to catch up on now. I'm already up to the 19th century, and am quite enjoying the work of a fellow named Poe. I think I may have found a kindred spirit. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence. And you?
Hello there.
Greek lion statue. Oh. Is this Kabash? It is Kabash.
It is an honor to finally meet you, Oracle. You know my name? Oh, of course. You are an Oracle. You know many things. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world. It is a great adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun. Indeed. Thank you, Ora.
I was hoping there would be a bit of dialogue speaking about how it wasn't all different gods, but just one with different names with him. Rufius.
Nice to meet you. I go by Rufus now. New start, new name.
Rufus, Rufius.
Thanks.
Just scratch out one eye.
What you did. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff. I live with Virgil in Rotterdam. Not far from where he grew up. It's very modern. Destroyed in the war, and it rebuilt itself. Good place for a fresh start. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with my life yet. One adjustment at a time.
Must be hard to adapt for
You
like
too.
old soul.
Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands. We're grateful.
For old soldiers like him, who's only known this, the life by the sword all his life. But they did get a load of silver from
It's so
Charon.
nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there. And for helping Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come off a little gruff, but once you get past that, he's a lovely fellow. I'm studying to be an architect again, and living with Rufus in our beautiful flat in Rotterdam, just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets full of educated, accepting people. You natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are.
It was built off of many centuries of civilizations before.
As Rufus said in his own laconic way, if you're ever in the Netherlands, we'd love to show you around. It's the least we could do.
Hello there.
Scintilla.
Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. You didn't hear? My adoptive father sent it.
But I did know.
Locked me up in the upper cistern to stop me from escaping. After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me, and that monster got what was coming to him. Don't worry, nobody did.
But I did know. Oh, does it only actually activate as being checked off that you know it if you go through a time loop once you know it?
I'm living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's even more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us. You can try some of our very own wine. Thanks.
Ulpius.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I'm Ulpius. I understand I have you to thank for sending Galerius to save my life. The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake. I'll be forever in your debt.
That.
I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of. It'll be a little while before we know what we're doing.
I'd forgotten about that.
Every day I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope and missed out on all of this? So we're living each day to the fullest. And we end them all the same way, sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching the sunset over the rolling hillside. And I couldn't be happier. Thank you. I wouldn't be here without you. You too.
Oh my god, this is so sweet. Oh, so, and these are all the inspectable... These must have been all the things from the city itself. Gods of Menid. Huh. Ancient secrets.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to.
It's either...
I think you know her.
Oh.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention. Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected. I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time, A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. So I whispered to Sentius in secret, telling him the prayer required to create a portal in my shrine. I knew the danger of humans being corrupted by godly power, and so I put a safeguard in place. I required the creator of the portal to sacrifice their own life, so that it could only be used selflessly to help others.
And yet he still corrupted
I
it.
did not anticipate that Sentius would retain his accumulated memories from each previous day, and as a veteran soldier he had long since shed his fear of death. He quickly discovered that he could, in effect, prolong his own life indefinitely by exploiting the cycle. Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him, and there was little I could do but wait for someone like you to come along and see him for what he was. We were all fortunate you came along when you did. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way. Oh, she inherited dominion over the Underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind. She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will.
What would happen to her since she's the god? What would happen to her if she died?
And you, although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city? Good, because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the Underworld and returned, none came close to achieving it.
Oh my...
Hercules,
I mean...
Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
The canon ending. Oh! Oh! Amazing. Although I feel this probably was more due to engine limitations, but there were many more statues than that. Many more. But oh my god. Oh. Amazing. Nick Pierce. Oh my. Took me how long? 9 hours to get this ending. Alright, a message from the developers. We hope you enjoyed The Forgotten City. We love to make even better games in the future, and you can help out by recommending The Forgotten City to a friend or writing a review. The more people play our games, the more we can level up. And if you'd like to be the first to know, all I have to do that is continue. Fantastic. What an amazing game. Alright. 2 hours, 40 minutes later, I've completed the game. That's going to be it for this.